What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today, how do I put this? Today is gonna be a little class on menstrual cups. There's something. Because I feel like there's still a lot of girls that I meet and they ask me about menstrual cups and they're so curious. I've been using them for years, so I thought it was gonna be a good idea to give you this little class, explain to you everything that has to do with menstrual cups, or at least everything that I could think of, and hopefully this will make you want to go buy yours. I'm telling you, it is life-changing. You'll never be the same. Yeah, there's a lot of good things here. So I prepared my little notes so I don't miss anything, because I feel like this is really, really important for you guys. You get some more matcha. I got my matcha. Okay, so let's get started. I don't know how many of you guys have already seen a menstrual cup, or if you thought maybe it was just like a legend. So I'm gonna show you mine. This is it. So as you can see, it's like a little cup. Looks like a wine glass, but it's actually made of silicone, so it's super soft and bendy, plus it's pink. This little thing, it's supposed to go inside your vagina and hold all the blood in here. Then after a certain amount of time, you take it out and you dump all of that blood on the toilet, and then you wash it, and then you put it back in, and you move on with your day. This little stick, it's actually made for you to be able to take it out easier, but it's not necessary. Some girls that have, I'm gonna put a little picture here so you can follow me along, because that took me a while to understand. Depending where your cervix is how long this little stick needs to be. You can cut this little part if your cervix is low, but that depends on every girl. I find that I don't need to cut it, but actually this was my very first one and I cut it by mistake. My first time, I didn't know what I was doing, so I'm telling you guys, before you cut it, you have to get in there, make sure it's really where it's supposed to be, and then you can decide. If your cervix is too low, it's just gonna come out of your vagina. It doesn't hurt or anything, but it's just like uncomfortable. If it's just touching your underwear and you're moving, it might feel like, ooh, what's going on out there? How you use it is you would insert it. You can leave it there for 12 hours, and then you remove it, you dump all the fluid, the blood, all of that on the toilet, you wash it, and then you put it back in. You don't have to throw it away. At the end of your period, you can just wash it and then put it in its little pouch, and then just leave it there until next month. What the cup does is, let's pretend this is like my vagina or whatever. It's gonna sit like this. You have your cervix that won't allow the cup to go any further, okay? You're not gonna swallow it. That was like a legit concern of mine. You won't lose it down there. It's not gonna happen. It's not going anywhere. There's really just like a little area where it can go, and it won't move that much. Now, one question is how you put it in, because as you can see like this, it won't really go in your vagina. It's not, the shape is not healthy. I think there's basically two ways that you can put it in. But one is to do like a U shape, and let me show you. There, like this. Some girls find it's easier to insert it this way, and then once it gets inside, it pops open and it doesn't hurt. You won't feel it. But actually, I don't find that this one works for me so well. The way I like to put it in is actually taking one side of the little cup and just try to get it, and you get it inside. So you do this, and as you can see, you have like a little point. I have found it's easier for me to get it in without problems, and then it pops back open again. It's no problem. When it pops open, it doesn't hurt. You actually don't feel that it's there. That's why I think I find it so freaking awesome to use a menstrual cup, because you actually forget about your period. You can just go about your day and just keep on doing all the things that you were doing before. You don't have to worry about going in the pool or doing yoga or any of that. I'm gonna get a little graphic in here with some poses of the ways that you can put it in. Some girls like to get it however you want to put it in, and then just go from the front. I actually find that when I do it from the front, I don't think I'm putting it on the right angle inside, so that causes some leakage. So I actually have to do it from the back, which sounds really gross. What I actually like to do is do a flamingo pose, and that's where I find it easier. So I have my cup, okay, so it's nice and folded, and I do this, and then I go from here. I don't know why it works that way for me, but as long as I get to use this as my way of saving my days of the nightmare that is leaking, I'll do it. So I don't really care. You can try it. It might not work for you. You might find some other way, but to each their own. To take it out, you actually just going to find the little sticky thing, or if not, if you cut out of it because your cervix is so low, you have this little ridges here that will help you grip it, so you can actually just pull it out. What I like to do is actually, when you're in the shower, it's much easier, which is what I try to do. That's when I give it a little wash and then I put it back in. It is easier in the shower, but when you have to do it on the toilet, there's no problem. Actually, this I do from the front, so I just take it like this. I'm still like on top of the toilet, so I'm still in the toilet area. So as soon as I get it out, I just drop it in the toilet, and I find it really easy. All the gunk that you have going on in your hand and the cup, you can just go wash it in the sink real quick, do a little wash again with a little soap, and then you can put it back in. That's something that you're gonna have to get used to, but I actually don't find it that gross. What I like to do to wash it is actually, when I'm on my period and I'm using it every day, I just give it a quick rinse first to take off all the blood and all of it, and you'll see that it'll start getting into like the ridges and the little stick and the little holes. There's some little holes in here to help with the suction, and they actually start to get dirty. But I don't frustrate myself a lot with that kind of thing when I have my period and I have to be using it over and over again. At the end of my period, when I don't need it anymore and I'm not gonna use it, I actually go and clean it with really hot water and a toothbrush. I have an old toothbrush, and that's the one that I like to use. I like to use like a liquid soap, so like a Castle soap is really good, and you have to use something that's mild. Rub it in a little bit every corner. I'll do it like inside too, and I start brushing it with the toothbrush, and I find it's very easy. It gets into all the ridges, and that way you get it nice and clean and you don't have to worry about it. If you want to make sure that everything's like really nice and clean and you want to turn it around, you actually can. You go from here, from the bottom, and then, oh my god, that's kind of hard, but okay. So now it's turned the other way. As you can see, the little stick is inside, and you can focus on cleaning it really well from the inside. It doesn't really get that dirty if you're cleaning it like at the end of each period and between uses you give it a quick wash. It doesn't get that dirty. You can leave it on for 12 hours and you don't have to worry about it. You can easily come and go from work. If you have trips or something, you can just plan accordingly. If there's an emergency and you're in a public bathroom, which I've never been in that situation, I can always just change it, drop the blood on the toilet. If you have a water bottle, just like rinse it like that. Don't dry with the toilet paper. I don't like fibers getting in it, and I don't think it's a good thing. And put it back in. Once you get to the hotel, you can just clean it up, you can just go again, take it out, wash it real good, and then put it back in. Another pro is that of course you can go swimming, you can go and do yoga, you can go and just do whatever you want, and you won't have any leaks. Once you get the hang of it and you know how to put it in and how it works, you won't have any leaks, you don't have anything to worry about. If I knew about menstrual cups when I was in ballet, that would have saved me like a lot of nightmares. So when or if I have a girl, I'm gonna show her the dream that is using a menstrual cup, because I'm not going back to pads or tampons. Another pro is that this little thing can last you for many years, so you don't have to throw it in the trash when you're done. You can just wash it and then keep it in the little pouch and keep it up for until next month. The other thing is that with this one, since it's made of silicone only, you're not putting like toxic chemicals inside your vagina. Before I started using the cup, I found out that there were so many brands of conventional pads and tampons that will put chemicals on their products for you to either bleed more or for it to look like it was way more blood than it really is. You would think that, oh my god, that little cup is not enough. And it actually, I was that way too. And after a few years, I'm like, you don't even get that much blood. So what was all that like circus in my pad like every single time? Like it's like, oh, that's not at all what happens. It actually, I think the most that I have filled my cup is maybe up to here, and the next days I would get only like a little bit. So I would only feel that there are a few basically all happening at the beginning, because it's something that we have not been taught of when we were little. At least not when I was little. Hopefully now they're showing this to little girls, only because it takes a little bit of time to get adjusted to, maybe 3 to 4 periods, where you get the hang of it, like how to put it in, how to get it out. That might be a little concerning, but I'm telling you, once you get the drill, oh my god, you'll never look back. It's honestly a godsend solution to our lady problems. Another con that I might tell you has never happened to me, at least I don't remember, is that when you're trying to get it out, you might get a spill or two. If you want to do it in the shower every single time, I guess that will be easier. As far as brands go, I've seen a couple on Whole Foods. I know they have the Diva cup and they have another one, and I don't remember the names, I'm sorry. But I found mine on Amazon. It's actually by Lena. So you can follow them on Instagram. It's at my Lena cup, I think. Size-wise and price-wise, this was like the perfect cup for me. This one is super soft, I would say. And there's also another category. If you have had babies already, you can still use a menstrual cup. It's just gonna be a different one. So you just have to make sure that you use the one that's for you. I think the ones for moms are bigger, just because I think things shift down there, so they have to make sure that it's gonna catch everything. So I think they're bigger. When I was looking at what brand to get, I actually found the Diva cup to be really big, and that felt very intimidating to me. So I thought, hey, I want to give them a try, so I'm gonna try something that's less intimidating, a little bit more modest in size. So this is the one that I got, and I loved it forever. I would recommend just going on Amazon and just reading the reviews. There's many brands out there. I personally love and prefer, and I always recommend Lena, just because of the size and because it's the only one that I have used. So Lena cup. Lena cup is the one that I do like, and they all come with a pouch, and you can get to pick the color. I know I have the pink one, but now there's a clear one, and there's a blue one, and a purple one. So yeah, you get to pick the colors. Well, that's it, you guys. That's it for now. I hope you liked this video and you found it useful, and that I actually convinced you to get a menstrual cup. I definitely recommend going through all that period of adjustment, because once you get the hang of it, you're just gonna be so happy. It changed my life, and I'm sure it'll change yours. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments, send me a DM, send me an email, whatever you guys want, and I'm more than happy to help. I want every single girl in this world to use a menstrual cup. Imagine the amount of trash that we would save from the landfill. Wow. And there's also a blog post talking all about the menstrual cup and how it changed my life, and there's gonna be links to this specific menstrual cup that I like to use. I hope you guys like it. Please follow me and subscribe, and I'm posting videos every week, and we'll see you next time. Bye!